So let's do a couple factoring problems. So for part A, we have three different terms and we want to be able to factor this. So let's try to take out as many terms as we can. And yeah, so the first thing to kind of notice is that you want to take out first the numbers, but this one only has a 1, this has a 4, and this has a 2, so you can't really take out anything here. But now let's look at the x's. Well, there's 3 x's here, there's 10 x's here, and there's 4 x's here. So let's check out the maximum amount of x's that I can take out from all three terms. And what you've noticed is that you can actually take the least amount of x's. The least amount of x's will be the maximum. So in this case, what's less, 3, 10, or 4? Well, 3, so I'm going to take out 3 x's. Okay, now for the y's, I have 2 y's here, I have negative 2 y's here, and I have negative 4 y's here. So what is the lowest amount? Well, the lowest amount is going to be this negative 4. Okay, negative 4 is less than negative 2 and 2. So I'm going to take out y to the negative 4 out. Okay. All right, now what's going to be left inside? So inside, well, I took out 3 x's from 3, so I don't have anything left. Here, I got rid of negative 4. So from 2, I got rid of negative 4 of them. So what I'm left with 6. So I'm left with y to the power of 6. Okay. Minus, I didn't do anything with this 4. I have 10 x's here. I got rid of 3. So I'm left with 7 x's. Here I have negative 2 y's and I got rid of negative 4. Right? How many is that going to give me? I'm going to be left with 2 left. So I'm left with y squared. So I'm left with 2 y's left. Okay. And then here I have 2. Didn't do anything with that 2. I have x to the 4th power. So from 4 I got rid of 3. So I'm left with 1x left. Here I got negative 4. I got rid of this negative 4 of them. So I'm left with 0. So I don't have any y's left. Right. So this will be my final answer. This is my answer. Okay. All right, now for this next term, what we want to be able to do is we want to look at what do they both have in common. Well, a 3 and a 4, we really can't do anything with it. This one has an x, this one doesn't have another x. But what we do have is this weird term, 1 minus x. So that's what we're going to take out, 1 minus x, but to the what power? Well, what's lower, negative 4/3 or 1/3? Well, the lowest one is going to be negative 4/3. Okay, because that negative 4/3 is less than 1/3. All right, so what is left over? Well, I didn't do anything with the 3. I didn't do anything with the x. Now, I still have a 1 minus x, but to what power? Well, we have 1/3 there. I'm going to get rid of 4/3. So what I'm left with is 5/3. So I have 5/3 of this 1 minus x. Plus, I'm left with that 4 because I didn't do anything with it. And now from this negative 4/3, I'm going to get rid of negative 4/3. That's just going to give me 0. So I don't have any left. Right? So this is going to be my final answer. Okay. All right. So now for this problem, we have 3x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this 3 and this negative 8 together. Okay, so 3 times negative 8 gives me negative 24. All right, so now I got to think of what two numbers multiply to get to negative 24 and add up to get to negative 2. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to get to negative 24 and add up to get to negative 2. Okay, and those two numbers are going to be 6 and 4. Now, one of them has to be negative because I have to get negative 24, so this has to be negative because then negative 6 plus 4 will be negative 2. So that's usually the harder part, trying to figure out what numbers give you that. All right, so what am I left with? I'm left with 3x squared, okay, and then I have this minus 8 at the end. Now, I'm basically what I just did is I broke up this negative 2x as a negative 6x. And a plus 4x. Okay, so now let me go ahead and draw the box. So I have the box. Okay, so here I'm going to have a 3x squared. Here I'm going to have this negative 8. And then on the sides, I'm going to get a negative 6x and a positive 4x. Okay, and all I got to do is just factor everything out. So I'm going to factor on this side. So here I can take out a 3 and I can take out an x. Here I can take out a 4. From this side, I can take out just an x. And from this side, I can take out a negative, and I can also take out, what, a 2, I think. Okay? And the way to check your work is just to multiply every single number here into the box. So 3x times x gives me 3x squared. 3x times negative 2 gives me negative 6x. 4 times x gives me positive x, 4x. And 4 times negative 2 gives me negative 8. So the answer will be this part and this part. So it would be 3x plus 4 times x minus 2. That will be my answer. Now, if you don't like the box method, it's okay. You can use any other method that you want. Okay. All right. Now, here's my last problem. We have 12x squared plus 11x plus 2. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both the 12 and the 2. That's going to give me 24. So I'm looking for two numbers I multiply to get 24 and add up to get 11. Okay. And those two numbers will be 8 and 3. So 8 times 3 gives me 24. 8 plus 3 gives me 11. Okay. So we can rewrite this now as 12x squared plus 11x plus 2. Oops, that's wrong. 12x squared, 12x squared plus 8x plus 3x plus 2. Okay, and now let me draw the box. So I'm going to have 12x squared here, 2 here, 8x here, and then 3x here. Okay, so from this side, I can take out a 3 and an x. From here, I can take out a 2. Coming from up below, I can take out a 4x. And coming from below here, I cannot take out anything, so I'm just going to take out a 1. Okay, and then you could also check your work. 3x times 4x gives me 12x squared, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to get is these two terms. So it's going to be 4x plus 1 times 3x plus 2. This is going to be the factored form. Okay, all right, and that's it. So hopefully these extra problems helped. If it didn't help, just try to practice a little bit more, because practice will make it perfect.